His crime occurred. However, she had reported into the office to see me that day in Dayton.
Mr. Humphreys, being that Sharita didn't notify you that...
Wilkins begins to cross-examine Humphrey, but then, all of a sudden, he seems to be having a heart attack.
Excuse me, hold for a second.
He had asked me, I believe, 2 questions at the time, and then he grabbed his chest, asked the judge if he could have a minute.
Your Honor, excuse me for a second. I need some time.
And then collapsed on the floor.
Officer Humphrey takes his cue from the judge, who clears out the courtroom. Security sees to Wilkins while they wait for medical assistance to arrive.
Once we got to him, it was obvious that he was faking this. His eyes were closed, but he was trying to peek out the corners of his eyes. He was like trying to gain an angle and kind of, look out the side.
Courtroom cameras stop rolling while medical personnel attend to Wilkins.
I remember looking over on him, calling him by name. His eyes were kind of closed, squint, and you can see that he was blinking. His respirations were equal, even, unlabored.
During his checkup, he shows further signs of life.
I did trip over his arm. Then he opened his eyes and it seemed like a building.
They check on his vital signs and confirm Wilkins is faking it. So the judge calls court back into session.
We're on the record will reflect that the jury is not present, the defendant is present and is feigning some medical condition.
The camera is rolling again. Wilkins is seen slumped over his chair. Extra security is now present because of Wilkins' unpredictable behavior.
The defendant is present and acting rather uninterested in these proceedings. Mr. Wilkins, if you persist in this behavior, sir, you will be removed and you will be waiving your right to give a closing statement. I understand that you choose not to respond to me, sir, but I know that you are hearing me.
Not only does his fake heart attack fail to help him derail the trial, it becomes part of the trial itself. Those 2 medics who've just checked on Wilkins are asked to testify.
He did respond to tactile stimulus. He did raise his head, turn and look at me directly. I could see his eyes.
Checked his pulse, which was normal. Skin temperature, normal. Not sweating, normal.
Record should reflect that the defendant is slouching over to the side and acts like he's sleeping. Does he appear to be doing anything to you other than sitting in that chair?
Wilkins finally comes to when smelling salts are placed under his nose.
A remarkable change. Mr. Wilkins, do you have any questions for this witness, sir? I'll take that as a no, sir. I am going to terminate the defendant's right to represent himself because it was deliberately serious and obstructionist misconduct. Mr. Wilkins, because of your behavior, I am going to have you removed from the courtroom, sir. Your behavior is highly inappropriate, it's obstructionist, so you're going to be removed to the jail.
The hearings resume without Wilkins' presence, and in the end, serving as his own lawyer, complete with courtroom stunts, backfires. He's convicted and sentenced to 42 years in prison.